Hi, welcome back to My Cup of TV with Jenny.
JD.
And Kat.
So, Stray Kids solo songs.
Ooh.
I know.
I did the woo. I didn't know.
We're going for a deep woo.
Yeah.
So, we'll start with the first one to be released, IN.
Are they purposefully starting at the back?
They are.
Okay.
So, it's called Hallucination.
Okay.
Now, obviously, I saw this performed at the Stray Kids concert that I reacted to. I believe the words that left my mouth were, "You dirty little slut." Because he was performing it in a crop top.
Oh, I've
And
seen
there
an
was
image of that.
some lovely choreo.
Body rolls. I've seen. Yeah, literally.
It was,
this is not this. She's growing up very quickly.
Yeah. I also saw recently. Apparently, IM was saying that Changbin wrote this song. It was going to be a group song, but IM wanted it, and then he sang it for Changbin.
Good for
and Changbin
him.
said, "Yeah, you should have it." And then IN has, I think, writing credits on changing some of the rap parts to.
That's really
suit
good.
him
Good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it would happen in any sort of performing company or with a show or anything, is that you would have to audition. So,
Well,
that's cool.
I like that that's how it works between them, that they feel comfortable to say, "I want that."
Yeah.
And for someone to be willing to be like, "Yeah, it works, have it." You
Yeah.
know, that there's no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no, this is
I'm
mine.
No, but I'm going to audition
Yeah.
for this to make sure that you're proud enough of what I would deliver. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah,
So does it have an MV?
MV?
then?
They've got an
Okay.
MV for every single solo.
Okay, so they
Which is
are
very exciting.
good shit solo.
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, because this is going to be a two-parter, because we're going to do IN's and Seungmin's in this one.
Ooh.
So we'll talk about his after. Oh, we're going to sculpt him.
Ooh. I can hear how this is Changbin.
The skirt as well. I like how it's got a bit trippy. I like that it's a slight flick of the wrists. I love his eyes. Wow.
Felt like I was watching something that I shouldn't have been. Like,
I mean, I liked the how it was a bit trippy in places. That idea that it's all not real.
yeah. which is, I think, quite relevant for artists. And if you think back in the day, actually artists would get high so that they could take inspiration and whatnot, and that, you know, again, like you talk about like Van Gogh, and some of his paintings are really trippy, and people are like, this is not real, this is weird.
Back in the day, even not that long ago.
Hey, but
Panic at the Disco, 9 PM.
There you go, yeah. But yeah, like painters or sculptors or anything.
Yeah.
Some of their works are quite trippy, and yeah.
And I like, I was reading some lyrics. The idea that this person's so like amazing, they're not even real.
I got the feeling that he wasn't talking about a real person. I got the feeling that he was talking about an idea of someone. But obviously he's referring to her as girl, you are my hallucination. But I got the feeling for me that it wasn't actually a real person. And that's also why it's quite interesting, because he had the block of cement or whatever clay that was going to be there for him to sculpt, but he still hadn't sculpted by the end, because it's almost, because I was wondering, like at the beginning I was like, oh, are we going to see by the end what's there? But actually, have you ever heard of this thing of like people that they say like, I can't do it because no matter what I create, it will never be as beautiful as in my brain, so I can't, I'm almost paralysed to do it. It's almost got that feeling of like, it's so perfect that he still couldn't sculpt it even by the end of the MV, and that's why it was still just the block. And
a bit like the conversation we had, I think it was on V's song, MV, of how you can build someone up in your head of what you're looking for, and then you can never find it because it's not real. He looks so good. I said, I love his eyes. He's got very narrow eyes, and it's so striking.
Foxy, isn't it? So that's his thing, It makes sense.
But do you know what I mean? When he's looking into the camera, it's really striking.
He's very fierce looking. I really liked how through all of the outfits, as well as the movements and the choreo, he did a really good job, even though you don't have to take it all literally, but even though the lyrics were referring to a girl, to a romantic interest of someone who's this ethereal hallucination, imagination thing, but all of what he was wearing, as well as all of the choreo, did a really good job of mixing a masculine and feminine, where you'd mentioned like his flicks of the wrist, and certain things he did were, you'd say, stereotypically feminine and very sassy and whatnot, or even soft, but yet other things he was doing was so masculine. And I just thought that mix of it, that blend, was really cool, of like this masculine feminine energy.
I saw something on Twitter which I think exactly explains this. Someone had said, warning for bad language. They weren't, of all the Stray Kids solos, they weren't expecting IN to score highest on the Taemin Cuntometer. And I think that describes it perfectly. Taemin would...
Yes, because Taemin is that blend of those energies. Yeah, that's it, exactly. The PG version is, it was very Taemin-esque. Yes,
but
because...
But
that's a massive compliment, though, to say, I get the vibe of the blend of the energies the same way that this other amazing artist does. And that's, perfect.
I really liked the cropped jacket. You said about being in the gym. I was so focused on his arms that I hadn't thought about
pure muscle.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the body rolls.
Again, actually, coming back to what we said about Taemin, of course it was very sexy, but not overtly, and it was very sensual. Because he's talking about this dream, which is so intimate because it's only inside you, and you don't share it with anyone. Or even if you did, it sounded like that was very personal, just him. Yeah. But
you don't want me sharing what goes on in my head.
No, I really don't. All of it felt very sensual and sexy, but not. We didn't, compared to Western stuff, it's not like we saw anything raunchy. We didn't. But even when he was in the bath. Yeah. Do you know the sexy pirate is what I thought. When I think it turned out to be a skirt, but it was sexy pirate. Yeah. Really liked that. But again, because the balloon sleeves and everything everything was very sensual without being overtly in your face, which is fantastic. I really like that.
Yeah.
Because I think it gives a different appreciation. And then when we do get smacked with some raunchy sexiness, it's
and I will say,
hits.
Sexy body rolls aside, I don't know that Ian necessarily gets enough credit for how good of a dancer he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't think it's easy to do that type of dance.
Yeah. But he's you can see his progress as well, his development from when they were younger.
Yeah.
He's really good. The song itself, I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I can hear the Changmin bit and how it would have been how he performed it, because there were some bits that were
you could almost hear
staccato, the individual bits.
But again, it's nice to hear Ian doing that and show that something else that he can do.
Yeah, yeah. And there were just some lovely, smooth, soft vocal bits as well, which were really nice. So a really good blend. I can see why he wanted that as a solo, because it does show off dancing,
styles,
singing, not so much rapping, but some more staccato. Yeah, really good choice. I think these solos. Okay, so he's set the bar high.
He has.
First one we've watched out of the gate. It's pretty high up there. So we shall see where the others come.
Okay,
but I really liked it.
So up next is Seungmin.
Oh,
now his is called As We Are.
Okay.
And when he performed this on stage, he had a guitar, acoustic guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
he's wearing this big jacket. Yeah.
Is this so from that then slightly more, not dandy boy, but softer, not so much menace?
Yeah.
Okay, like it.
Vocal Seungmin.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what, actually, if you were to say to me, you can have a solo album right now, all new songs from one of the Stray Kids members, obviously it'd be hard to pick because every single one I'd be like, ooh. I mean, imagine the crazy variety Han would do.
I was going to say mine would be Han,
but Seungmin, because I love Seungmin's voice so much. It could just be all ballads as well, just a whole album of Seungmin ballads, and I would be in heaven listening to that. It's my one, I'd say, disappointment with this new album is that we've got these solos, which is great, but I'm like, but what about all the other solo things they've brought out that I want that I don't have, like Hold On and Volcano.
Maybe they'll do one of the they did before.
That's what I thought this album was going to be, and I was really excited. Oh, he does love baseball. It's making me want to see him in a K-drama. was cute.
That felt like a K-drama. It was like he was at like a preppy boarding school or something, and he was trying to get into the baseball team. So, like, he was trying to be good enough, so he was practicing and whatnot, so that he could like get into the team.
Like in the library learning.
Yeah. Because that preppy, like, kind of private school, boarding school look really suits him.
Oh, I could see him in a K-drama. But I find most of Seungmin's solos, I listen to and I'm like, I can hear it in a K-drama. Because he has that voice that goes with the songs they use in K-dramas.
For sure. But his look there, he was like a K-drama.
I did find it a bit distracting because I was trying to read lyrics, but every time I'd be like, I'm really focusing on these lyrics, he'd smile or something. And I'm like,
how dare he?
Seungmin, beautiful.
There was a cat on the screen. It's a cat.
Knowing that he likes bands, I think he's really into Day6 and stuff like that, it doesn't surprise me that he's gone for that, towards the end of the song, that music built up with a full band. It did make me want to hear him do a song with a full band where he just goes off. Because it all felt very controlled, which I know songs need to be.
It was kind of mid to up tempo. It wasn't as in, are you thinking more like if he could go in and do something with like Extraordinary Heroes, like that style?
No, I just mean where it built towards the end, I felt like I'd love to hear him belting out more, almost like it's almost like it feels like he's ad-libbing, where he just says, I'm going to do a long note and I'm going to,
It could also be that Seungmin is very good, no doubt, by his, he practices a lot and whatnot, he's very polished.
Yeah.
So
maybe that's what I mean.
In a way, it's like something a bit more rough around the edges. Yeah, interesting. Which you have more of that freedom with a band, I suppose, because they often bounce off of each other and react, and keep playing and whatnot.
Just because I love his voice. There was quite a bit in this that was higher than we're used to getting for a longer period from him.
Yeah, there's quite a bit in his falsetto. Yeah. It's nice.
And I like that he managed to work baseball into it. That was his thing. If he wasn't going to become an idol, he wanted to be a baseball player.
Oh.
Yeah. And he's been in, like, throwing the first pitch at things and stuff like that.
It's interesting. Could that have been like a reflection on, I don't know if Seungmin went to some sort of preppy boarding school,
maybe
private school, but was that maybe him?
That my other life,
it's the decision. If he's at that point in his life, do I fully go into baseball or do I fully go here? Because either way, they kind of, you need the full commitment, right, in order to give it a good go.
Of them,
So it means letting go of one of them because you only have so much time. But then at the same time, there's a security in being at that point where you don't have to decide yet with your friends and enjoying the security of youth.
That would make a lot of sense because obviously there was baseball, but then there was him playing guitar and playing with the band. So it could be that's
the kind of the impending weight of having to make a decision to commit to one of them fully, but it means leaving that where he currently is, which is safe and happy with everything that he wants, leaving that behind.
Yeah. And if that is like with the MV, could it be that that's what he's talking about in the song? He's not talking about a person, he's talking about committing to something and let's go through it together. And
he's saying as we are, it's almost like saying like as we are now is lovely. And it's kind of like I'm cherishing that, but I also don't want to leave it behind. So I don't know, but it felt it had like an intensity to it because of the beat and everything, but it wasn't, so it has almost that intensity of that upcoming decision, but also a hopeful happiness of seeing him with his baseball mates and everything, and he was enjoying life. So because there was times with the band and then playing on his own, and there was with the team and practicing on his own. So there was when he's alone, he's kind of facing the idea of, oh, do I want to do this or not? But then he doesn't want to leave either of them behind. It's fine. But it still felt like a hopeful song, even though it was facing like a very kind of adult decision coming up. It felt hopeful and like upbeat.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
But I also feel like Seungmin's voice, I can't off the top of my head think of a song, even with Hold On, where Seungmin's voice made me emotional. I feel like there's such a warmth in Seungmin's voice that I find his voice hopeful or comforting.
Yes. Yeah, that's very true. The timbre of his voice. Be really intrigued to hear if he was to sing something
Heartbreaking.
very stark. Very, like, yeah.
Okay. So that was our reaction to IN Hallucination. And he said IN's Hallucination. Well, and
Iron's Hallucination.
but you are high in hallucination.
Maybe it is Iron's Hallucination.
And Seungmin As We Are. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.